What's happening? So, I'm Colin Milton, and this is my story in a nutshell. I'm basically up in Scotland because I'm a veteran of 21 years. I was in the Queen's Royal Hussars for 9 or 10 years, and then I transferred into the Royal Army Medical Corps. This is prescription, by the way. I have got a permit for that, but I've been battling PTSD for a few years from things that happened in Iraq, things that happened during COVID. Being a medic, I was on the front line quite a lot of the time, working in different departments. I was working in intensive care in Cambridge University Hospital. I went over to Northern Ireland, to Belfast, where I was part of a vaccination programme. And then I went to Harrogate and looked after some recruits who were poorly with COVID. And I also went to Newcastle College, just testing the students before they all went on university. And I got recognised for my efforts with General's commendation. But the PTSD part of my career is mad. It come to an end all of a sudden. One day, woke up, realised I wasn't thinking right, I wasn't myself. PTSD is horrible. Anyway, I ended up in rehabilitation twice. Numerous programs like the Battle Back course, which was a fantastic course. I went to the recovery centre in Catterick, there for a while doing horseback riding and stuff, but I'd done all that too soon. I was still waiting for my discharge date at that point. It's a lot of stress. You don't know what's happening. One day you're fine, you're working in your squadron, and the next minute you're not allowed to go to work because you're vulnerable and you're not the same person. When they give me my date, they was telling me beforehand that it would be between 7 and 9 months. It was about a week later I got my date when they were going to medically discharge me, and it was 2 months. 2 months. Shock, horror. What the hell is going on, you know? What's going to happen to me? Stuff like that. So, I got diagnosed with PTSD 2022, I think it was. And I ended up being MD'd. Been unable to work since. My head is just messed up. It's not just PTSD, there's other things in there as well. PTSD it has a lot of things: depression, anxiety, insomnia, sweating constantly every night, even when it's freezing cold. It's horrible. And I have cluster headaches as well, which is a really bad condition. So, and then got a wife who I met in Germany, because I was Queen's Royal Hussars based over in Germany. And then I was part of 5 Med, 3 Med, 5 Med, and loads of different squadrons like that. Lose track of things sometimes. A few weeks ago, anyway, I was on about my wife. My wife decides to leave me and take one of my daughters and move back over to Germany. I've got another daughter. She's got special needs and she lives in a care home. She lives not far from me. And there's no love between us. There's no intimacy between us. We're not like a couple. especially in a married couple. You know, I've tried to love, and I do want the love, and I want to give the love, but when it doesn't come back, she's walked at the moment. So a few days after that, I thought, what the hell, let's go on a jolly, right? So up I come into the Scottish Highlands, and here I am, in a tent, with a poncho, what would resemble ration packs, you know, just basic food. I've been on the road now for a week and a half. Started in Gairloch, explored Loch Maree, camped over by Loch Maree, and at the moment I'm in Ullapool, heading home in 2 days because I've got urgent things to attend to, like sorting my bank card out because someone decided to try and take a load of money off me, which caused my bank cards to get blocked. So I've got to go home, and because I'm on my own, there's no one I can, you know, there's no one that can transfer money over to me, you know. It's just me. So if you're gonna do this, get a secondary bank card. Okay, I'm definitely getting a secondary bank card when I get back. It's quite easy to live on the road as well. I think there's so much freedom. You can go wherever you want. There's no stress. It's just peaceful. And people with mental problems, you know, we work a lot on grounding techniques, and there's plenty to ground here. It's just pure nature. This is the place to come. My PTSD journey has been a long time, and it's far from over. And of course I wish I could wake up tomorrow and it's all gone. But it ain't gonna be. And all the other problems that's going on. Things just mounting up. They keep mounting up. Come up to Scotland and look at some mountains and stare them giants in the face and challenge them. Go climbing. Walk up there. Even if you can't walk far, just do a bit. And then the next day or a few days later you want to do a little bit more. I used to be really into my mountaineering. I used to hill walk all over the place, tabbing, you know, not just in the military but outside of the military as well. But since my PTSD was diagnosed, everything I used to enjoy has gone. I've been in isolation. I've been afraid to leave the house, afraid to go around the shops. You know what it's like. If you're watching this, you know what it's like. But just get yourself a secondary bank card and just escape. Get into nature. Me coming up here has had a massive difference in the way I feel about my environmental assessments. You know, when you assessing threat levels and when you're walking around towns and cities, you haven't got to do this here. It's just beautiful. I recommend all the Lake District, all Cornwall. There's loads of places, Wales, you know. Just let nature be your cure. I'll be in touch because I I'll be in touch, because once I've gone home, live in County Durham. Once I've gone home, I'm from the Midlands though, the West Midlands. When I go home and sort this stuff out that needs sorting out, I'm going to come straight back up here, probably in about a fortnight's time, and I'm going to be more prepared, more ready for it. I wouldn't go home now if it wasn't for certain things. But you know, even when you think you're escaping from everything and you've left everybody behind and there's no internet, you know, I've been living off free Wi-Fi. So there's been no WhatsApp, there's been no Facebook, there's been no anything. It's just been me and nature. But even when it's peaceful, there's still shit going on back home that is on your mind, that's playing on your mind, that's making you anxious. There's nothing you can do about it up here. You know, I'm about 700 miles away from my home. What can I do about it up here? I've got no internet. So what? I'll just enjoy it, make the most of it, deal with things when I get back, and then I'll be up here again soon. And I might do the North Coast 500. I'll be in touch. One other thing I forgot to mention. I haven't got a Royal Army Medical Corps one, but you know, Queen's Royal is ours. B Squadron.